song for a movie podcast. Some are pretty good, but we'll just suck ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch with us, we're Cinema Buns. Let's go!
The cowboy load.
Hi, and welcome to Cinema Buds. I'm Naughty.
I'm nice.
And I'm a ho ho ho.
Hey, if you notice a sound quality difference, that's because we're recording in my fucking car.
Heck yeah.
No, this is our soundproof studio.
Soundproof my
no,
fucking ass.
it's our condensed or compact
compact studio.
It's our
yes.
compact studio.
It's a
room.
compact mobile
We-
studio.
Yeah,
This movie is,
What's his character in Black Widow? The Red Guardian?
I think.
The Red Sun?
Okay,
Red
stop
Sun
moving the
over
cords.
Paris.
listen, I'm too far
This is
away.
very-
I have to scoot up.
This is very
can't sit
precarious.
That's fair. Sorry. But no, this is a brief synopsis of the movie. Santa is sad about Christmas and he goes to a house. The house gets die-hearted and he die-hards.
He pulls the
Meanwhile, the kid home alones.
Holy shit, this is like
Yeah, this is Home Alone plus Die Hard. Two
Yeah, it
of
really is.
history's greatest Christmas movies melded into one.
yeah, it is also the fucking dumbest greatest movie I've seen recently.
What would you guys genre this?
I was telling
it
Ritter
dark
this is
comedy?
the high. Yeah, it's a dark comedy. It's an action.
It's like an
schlocky
action
thing.
comedy.
Yeah,
It's-
So like this is the highest production B movie I've ever seen.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
Yeah,
Asylum wishes it could get to this level.
yeah, but it's like it's just the way people talk. About how like they're so straightforward about the spirit of Christmas and also like their themes and character arcs and their dialogue and also just the music as it's making its establishing shots and like the camera sweeps through all the hallways.
Meanwhile, people are bleeding egregiously from being stabbed and shit.
The background music is portrayed as Santa's having enough of this.
This continues the tradition of Christmas time in movie theaters where someone has to make an evil Christmas movie. Happens every year. Someone has to, and okay.
I would argue that
I-
this is one of the most like festive Christmas spirit inducing movies.
Excuse you, Krampus.
It
I felt the
threatens you.
Chris-
It threatens you with festivities. You
I-
better feel jolly, motherfucker.
I felt the Christmas spirit
With
while
gun to
watching
my head.
Krampus. You're gonna be a good boy, right? Yes, Demon Santa.
I actually never seen Krampus.
It's so good. I love that movie. But
That's beside the
I
point.
expected it to be a dance movie, but no.
Krampus.
What were your guys' thoughts
Krampus.
going into the movie?
I was expecting it to be the hottest fucking garbage I've seen. I'm only half wrong.
I'm only half wrong and I'm half chubbed.
No, honestly, I like the initial trailers built it up to where I was like, they're gonna take themselves way too seriously trying to set this up, or they're not gonna take themselves seriously enough to where it just feels like schlock and like not even enjoyable schlock. But I can confidently say after watching this, like I said, I was only half wrong.
Okay,
What
Kevin.
about- Yeah.
I felt like they knew what they were doing because it kind of wears the entire theme and like tone of it itself on its sleeve. Like it's not like Santa wasn't as superhero as I thought he would be, like Kung Fury, where he like is immediately in the situation and he's now in badass mode.
I was expecting that to happen.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's kind of just like reluctantly trying to get by, but it wasn't until like he was inspired then he like, powers up.
Which is like Christmas spirit
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
What
because
if-
everything in this movie is kind of underlined by by this Christmas magic. that no one can explain what it is, which I think is good.
There's also like a good amount of like world building and like this is a very like it sounds like I'm being demeaning or anything, but this is like a very competently like written
Yeah.
and developed like movie, like character arc wise.
in certain respects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like but
I've my like the world building was fucking rad because like
Yeah, Santa's history is pretty baller.
Yeah, Santa is like revealing certain parts, and I'm just like, are they gonna go where I think they're gonna go? And then the next scene happens, and I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, let's go.
Show me more.
but it's also like throughout the entire thing, he's like he doesn't know how any of this works.
Right.
Like I was expecting like kind of just like a big reveal, like he was cursed to be Santa Claus.
Yeah.
As repentance for what he's done, but like I'm also fine with us not doing that.
Yeah.
And just even Santa himself being like, I don't fucking know why I have this job. It just happens.
Or how any of my gizmos and gadgets work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
no.
like a rough idea of how to work like certain things, but other things he's just like, come on.
I will say that one, I am glad they didn't stick with this motif because it was really annoying at the beginning of the movie. Just the curmudgeon fucking boomer Santa. Going,
I was gonna say
"Kids
you took it out of my
nowadays
mouth.
Or just
Damn it.
all they play is video games and all they want is cash and and then the fucking influencer like
Yeah.
nephew who's just like, hey, it's your boy BL and I'm coming at you live from my house on Christmas. #bless. And it was just like, shut the fuck up. Okay,
Yeah.
we don't need this message in here. Why is this here? Like,
After watching the movie, I see why it's in though.
I don't know if like that's as much propaganda as you say.
Yeah,
though. I feel
that's
like
what I'm
that's
saying.
just kind of like a realistic satirical look at like the modern world.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, like as a kid, all I wanted was like games and money.
Mhm.
but the thing is that they were explicitly doing it to make all the family members look like pieces of shit,
Yeah, I mean, like
which they did.
Yeah.
But it's like they went with the most like
Obnoxious parts of it.
not even just obnoxious, just the like lowest of fruit.
Yeah, I mean, like they were all just kind of like one-dimensional characters.
But that's what I kind of liked those because
Except
it
for,
knew
like,
what
the
it
main
was.
ones, yeah.
The movie knew what it was and it rolled with it, which is what I liked.
That's true. It
like the only people with any depth were the Good family.
I
and
thought you were gonna say the movie star boyfriend, because I mean, he had a lot of character development there. Oh my god.
That was amazing.
we joke that this is since John Leguizamo was also in this movie that since he was an actor in The Menu, this is just one of the movies that he acted in.
I was like, I leaned over to Kevin. I'm like, was this the last one he did before he died in that restaurant fire?
Spoilers for Menu, I guess.
Yeah.
They have a little card at the very end that just says "in remembrance of."
Yeah, the fucking
Dr. Sunshine.
yeah, the dialogue and stuff I think was both its strength and its weakness. Cause okay,
It's like because it's a good level of ham.
Yeah.
there's ham. I just don't like how often they're like shoving in the stereotypical Christmas like messaging and stuff. You like put it in there. It makes it funny. Does not have to happen as often as they made it happen.
There were parts where like I think it went on a bit long.
Yeah. I can agree. With that,
There's a
for
couple
sure.
of the Christmas speeches where I was just like, can we stop, please?
Oh, what a Scrooge McDuck! Bah humbug.
But this entire movie happens in a cartoon.
Yeah,
It really
There-
does.
There's no reality to this movie.
like the villain of this movie is like he calls himself, his code name is Scrooge, and like he's so anti-Christmas. It's part of his character
Yeah.
and his backstory,
And what it's
which I dig.
Yeah.
it's the hammiest explanation for why. Because something I do like about the movie though is that pretty often they'll like do something and just me in my head I'm like, why the fuck are they using those code names? Because they're like gingerbread and
Candy cane.
candy cane and stuff. And even one of the characters goes, "Are we gonna really use these stupid fucking nicknames all night?" And he's like, "It's part of the season. Shut up." And it's like, what the fuck is happening? Get out of my head.
That's a kind of person that has such a vendetta around Christmas.
Yeah.
Like they wanted everything to stay within lore.
Yeah.
So they could fuck it up that much more.
Yeah.
Um,
When you hate something so much, you learn every single thing about it.
Yeah.
bro, welcome to Reddit.
The main villain of this movie was a Reddit user.
He got hashtag red pilled.
Yeah.
By the way, I loved the kills.
Yeah.
Holy shit. A lot of the kills are great. However, a lot of the fight choreography is fucking garbage.
I mean, like some of them is just in shadow in like dark, dimly lit rooms,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and like with stunt doubles.
Yeah, there
but,
are
like,
certain scenes where I agree with you, Ritter, where I'm like, man, that was bad.
There's a whole scene where he's fighting the bad guys in the barn, and it's just like the sense of awareness of like
I too hold out my guns at arm's length.
Yeah.
so
oh
that
no,
they could get knocked off.
there is one
Or
thing where
I do
a guy
get closer to a guy who's
has a
hammer.
melee.
Yeah.
No. My favorite bit was near the beginning where one of the security guards is like, "Get him," and he's like, "Okay," and he goes to punch him with his gun.
Yeah.
Just it's like, why? But no, because with that like fight in the barn, you do not have a sense of understanding of how big the barn is. It shrinks and enlarges randomly throughout the fight to make it more
it's one of those like
convenient.
sitcom tricks where they only have a pipe to pretend to be a sewer, so they film it at 7 different angles to make
So
it
it
look
looks like different parts
Yeah.
of
Of the
like
sewer,
the
yeah.
sewer.
Yeah,
Ah.
no, they had a small dark room that was possibly a shed, and then just filmed it at different angles. So and like had a bunch of, I think like assuming this budget was small, a lot of it was like used efficiently. Like their stunt doubles were well hidden, and even parts where the actors would be like in camera, I think they probably did some of their stunts too.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
fine.
I do love the part where the guys are right outside the door about to bust in, but we have enough time for Santa to do some sick hammer twirls.
Yeah.
Not
and
to
some-
train, yeah.
And some
to warm up.
Yeah, some warm up montages.
Put up his zaddy man bun up,
Yeah, man, but I was like, okay, Santa man bun, I can get behind
Oh
this.
fuck.
unbuttons his
I
man
liked
bun up, yeah.
the I don't know if it was some magic, some camera magic or anything like that, but they did a good job really making Santa look like a big man
Yeah.
to like
I-
really represent, because he's not like
Here's my
as well trained in fighting as the other, like as the
I
bad
mean,
guys.
the argument could be made.
Yeah, I mean,
that-
yeah, but that's not till later. It's not
no,
until
here's one thing though. I think something like I don't think they planned out certain parts with that properly,
Mhm.
because there are certain scenes where like his scale to other characters seems way off
Yeah.
with stuff they established earlier, because like there's one scene where like he gets mad and he gets up, and I swear to God he gets 3 times taller. And you know what? You could say that's like, oh, that's the guard's perspective of like what the fuck is happening, but
Right.
at the same time, it's like that's a weird thing to do. I will say most of all the action and stuff is practical effects,
Mhm.
and whatever is like special effects, computer effects, is well hidden and well used.
Yeah, I think there's only a couple times that I was like, oh man, that's some bad CG.
I think
The
Except,
reindeer
and here's the thing:
scenes.
all the CG that was bad, I was okay with.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like breaking, but
It wasn't done in a way to try to make it look like photorealistic or to play it off as if it was photorealistic. So I was okay with that.
Yeah.
They used it sparingly for like big moments or certain things.
if anything,
Mhm.
like it's much more efficient to use CG for like blood splatter effects, and like just blood,
yeah,
what are
which
those
they
called?
did,
Like blood
blood spurts.
yep.
like squibs.
Yeah, squibs. They people don't do squibs anymore. They just have digital squibs.
Which kind of makes me sad.
Yeah. They did have some like practical like blood splurts coming out of holes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
So like they still respect the craft.
Okay, I want to bring this up. I don't know how purposeful a lot of these were. This movie was hardcore making fun of Christmas movies and horror movies.
I didn't see much of the horror movies.
Yeah, the horror part I didn't really see too much.
Christmas Dies Tonight.
That's
is
Halloween, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's just a joke, but yeah.
if it's just a joke, it's a big coincidence. My dream is that the writer like somehow knew about the script for the Halloween. Because how old is that one?
Halloween Kills?
Yeah, it's what is it 1 or 2 years ago?
I think it was like just last year.
Was
or
it
like
just
no,
last year?
2 years ago. Yeah, something like that.
When did the Red Letter Media video for it come out?
Yeah, because I remember just the first Halloween, as in the 2018 Halloween, was 2018. So I assume it's going to be 2 years, then 2 years. But yeah,
No, yeah, Halloween Kills came out last year.
Okay,
So
that makes
Dang.
yeah.
so
No, but like it's a thing. I think they always said Evil Dies Tonight in Halloween, so I don't think that was exclusive to Halloween Kills.
no, but that's where the fucking meme came from,
Mhm.
and my dream is that the writer knew about the script and did that as the thing. I know that's not what fucking happened.
I don't think
Because
this
of-
movie was written with a production schedule of being longer than 2 years.
No,
it might have been like
there's
after
no
they
way.
saw the movie and then made the movie within like 6
I don't
months.
know. Who knows? Because this might have been made prior to Hellboy. Because David Harbour got into really good shape for Hellboy.
It's been some years
And-
since Hellboy, though.
I
It's been
mean,
a-
yeah. But I mean, he was still in really good shape in this last season of Stranger Things. Granted, his scenes might have been filmed back in 2020 before the plague.
No, wait.
The
So are
dark
you saying
times?
that he's like chubbed up in this movie?
He a little bit, not a lot. I mean, he's still in fantastic shape, but
Mhm.
like,
No, yeah, he's got
Who
the
knows?
zaddy bod.
but I love the Santa character in this movie.
Mhm.
Just kind of like after years and years of doing it, he's kind of becoming dejected to like how the world works and how it acts.
Yeah, so yeah, one of the things he says is that the naughty list just keeps getting longer. All these kids just want fucking video games.
Cash and video. I love. Okay, I am a little confused about his like toy sack because he was able to just pull out that bartender's like grandson's
Grandson's, yeah.
gift
Yeah.
on a whim while he was drunk.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like during the like fight scene where he's trying to pull out something useful to fight with, he just doesn't know what to.
I don't think
It's
he
Christmas
he
magic.
does. Yeah, he doesn't know how it works. He just pulls out a gift. Like he doesn't actually control what comes out. It's just all faith, man.
But if
It's
he
a- it's
doesn't
a- it's like-
control what comes out, then how is he not spending like 20 minutes at every house just pulling out a gift until he gets the right
because
one?
the magic guides him. He even
You're
says in the movie.
overcomplicating it.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
I
he says
am.
the
It
magic guides
senses
him.
intentions.
Yeah.
And it's like since it doesn't, you don't know what's in the sack. You don't
Yeah.
know if someone like wanted, if a 6-year-old boy wanted a crowbar.
I do
So he's just pulling randomly.
I do love the part where like they have him and like two of the like goons are like starting to believe like holy
Yeah.
shit is he saying, and the leader's just like, I know you're fucking stupid.
Can you
But
not be
don't-
stupid out loud? There's some banger jokes. In
There
here.
are some good ones.
The fucking timing with some of this shit is so good.
Uh-huh.
Just like when they're in there and she's like, yeah, it's Santa Claus. And the guy doesn't even look at her and just goes, what the fuck did she just say? Just ignore her. She's being a fucking moron. Just,
How do you guys feel about like the crowd that we saw it with? Very
I-
responsive to just every joke.
Yeah,
oh
they
my
were.
god. Yeah.
That was interesting.
It.
I think they got a good pool of people to see this movie.
I think they found their target demographic.
Yeah, they found it good.
It was quite funny.
Especially
because-
the people right behind us.
Ooh, and there was quite the smell-o-vision that went
Oh my
through
god!
it.
Don't remind me, dude.
Holy
oh
shit.
god,
Dude, at one point, we're watching the movie, and I'm just like,
gamer.
oh, I get hit. No, just someone ripped ass, dude. That wasn't gamer stuff.
least-
Oh, I was trying to go to the bathroom, dude, and you know that as people were still filing out of the theater, I was like, "Oh no, I'm not supposed to be at a con." No.
Dude, it was funny before. So I got to the theater before these guys did, and while I was like saving our seats, the guys behind us were like, "Yeah, I think it's so fucking stupid. Everyone's making a big deal out of COVID. There's the flu. There's the swine flu. It's all the same shit, man. I don't know why everyone's." And I'm just like, wow. And I kept hearing other people just like pipe up, and it was like, and I'm like, oh, we've got a demographic.
Yeah.
And like
that we're part of.
Yeah, that we are a part of.
and it was funny because as soon as like certain parts would pipe up and I would just hear him go, yeah, it's like, fuck. I would get mad because I'd be like, oh yeah, that's pretty funny, but at the same time, I'm like, I agree with them. But
I'm laughing at the same jokes as you.
no,
No, but there are some like some glory kills in there that
Yeah.
I fucking like scream like a girl. But
Oh yeah, fucking at one point Kevin was just like, "Oh fuck yeah!" Everyone was super responsive and was like fucking would pipe up every time a glory kill happened.
it's
Yeah.
it's one of the audiences that I like, that I don't see a lot anymore. And like, well, also because the Marvel movies aren't as cool as they used to be. But I like a good responsive audience. In a horror movie, like I also enjoy every once in a while, like if
here's my problem with responsive audiences though.
I mean, like, yeah, there's a point.
No, is that 4 out of 5 times the responsive audience I get also doesn't know how to shut the fuck up in between the cool parts.
I mean, like, yeah, I want them to pop off during parts where it's supposed to pop off,
Right.
but not like when they're just fucking
But-
having a full blown conversation
But
amongst each other.
in this movie, they were good.
Yeah.
There was no one that like it wasn't like when I saw fucking Elvis. Oh, dude. Fucking old women like during
recounting their days of
Yeah,
of Elvis's
during a
reign.
concert scene, literally going, woo! No one else is saying anything, but they're cheering as if it's an actual concert. And I'm just like, can you shut the fuck up? I know you can't hear anything below 30 decibels, Judith, but can you relive your glory days in your own home? Fuck!
Listen to the
But-
soundtrack at your own house.
Yeah,
God.
but no, the audience was cool outside of the pre-movie conversations I was overhearing. Everyone else, everyone popped off when you were supposed to. Everyone had a good time. They were like super. They laughed a lot at some of the jokes where I was groaning at. So I would be like, "Can we?"
There's something that reminds me of my humanity. Whenever I hear other people like laugh at a joke that I don't think is that funny, and I'm like, okay, all right.
Kevin gets that little reminder, like, yeah, we're all different in our own ways.
No, I'm like, oh, that's what Joy's supposed to feel like.
Oh.
But like, I still laughed at a lot of points in this movie.
and you know what? He's been awfully quiet. I want to ask Mike about what he thought about this movie because
Oh, you
Are-
want to talk about?
here-
Oh, jeez.
so here's the funny thing with Mike. He never knows what movies we're seeing. We can tell him the title and he'll forget and then get reminded.
it gets thrown
when-
in the bucket.
Because what's funny is we sit in the theater and Kevin just looks at him and goes, "Mike, do you even know what movie we're seeing?" And Mike goes, "We're seeing
A thriller or a horror movie,
we're
right?
seeing something, right? Like violent, and
It just says Violent Night on the
On-
screen,
on the
with
screen,
David
though.
Harbour's face on it.
and
Yeah.
he's just like,
And he's going to make up a synopsis based off of that.
yeah." And
Hey,
I will give him credit. He got pretty damn close.
yeah, because I was like, this is like a thriller or a horror, right? Because it's It's about Santa either protecting or hunting kids. It's one of those two options, I hope.
One is Krampus and one is this movie.
Protect the kids.
My like
Yeah,
like
he
I said at
protected
the
those
beginning.
kids.
Like I said at the beginning, my go-to explanation of this movie is Santa is being Santa, and then a Die Hard happens at the house he's at, and then he Die Hards,
Yeah.
and then it's Die Hard. There are some pretty
They make a reference to Die Hard in the movie,
I
don't they?
would say fairly clever like references to like Die Hard and to like other like Christmas movies that they kind of just put in there a little bit.
Hmm.
Just to kind of like spice it up with some flavor.
There's what's kind of like kind of ups the festivities level of this movie is that every fight scene is backed up by a classic like Christmas song.
That's playing
Yes.
at the loudest setting the audio mixer could have done. Okay. Actually, I wanted to bring that up as well. Was it the speakers or was it the audio mixing that made the dialogue sound so goddamn awful?
You think maybe my ears aren't so attuned, but I thought it was fine.
So
Were there parts where you couldn't hear what they were saying?
No, I could hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that all the like a lot of the dialogue sounded like fuzzy
Did
or
it?
like crunchy
Hmm.
in certain bits. Like at the very beginning when the other Santa comes walking in, it very much sounds like they had the mic in a bar on the other side of the bar. And
No,
they
I
just
could- I
happened
can-
to point it at his direction.
I can definitely see it being just kind of like a very independent, like low budget type of setup.
Which it could be, which is fine. I was just like, as we were watching the movie, I'm like, okay, is this like theater speakers or is this the movie mixing itself? Because I have worked at a theater and I have been to movies where it's like, wow, these speakers are fucked. And then when I watch it later, I'm like, wow, this is what it actually is supposed to sound like. And it's, yeah, I don't know. I felt like the audio mixing could have been a little bit better, but the thing is, I don't want to make the budget just a go-to reason to excuse a lot of stuff that might not have been up to snuff in this movie.
Mhm.
Because, you know, there are plenty of low-budget movies that are fan-fucking-tastic
Mhm.
and use their budget so well and everything works. And I mean, I get it. Budget is a major. I mean, we've talked to filmmakers. Budget is a major component to how movies can turn out in one way or another, or maybe they have to sacrifice quality in this end to bring it up on the other end. I just don't like it being an end-all be-all excuse to why something might not have been what it needed to be. I don't know. That's me.
I think though, yeah, like I've said before, the budget was like used efficiently, so it's not like I saw any seams. In the
That
entire
I
thing.
do agree with that. It
Like
did-
nothing took me out of like the movie with just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing broke the the only time I ever had immersion broken was just like some of those like Christmas speeches. I'd call it
I'm all
There-
for it. I'm
it's
a
not that they
sentimental
were
motherfucker,
necessarily
so.
about Christmas, but they were Christmas speeches.
No, they
and-
they took dialogue from a different movie and then replaced some stuff so that it's Christmas.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the dialogue is that they're not talking, they're saying taglines to each other or something.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because that's kind of like what the tone is going for. It's very
Yeah.
It wears its theme on its sleeve, like
Except there, yeah, and throwback to when I said this was all happening in a cartoon universe, because I swear to God, some of these goons have got to have learning disabilities. Because
Yeah.
just the way they make decisions and stuff is so stupid. Like, not even just stupid, but like even like movie stupid.
It's the
And-
same goon logic that Home Alone has.
Yeah. But okay, one part I was confused on is like you get introduced to these guys, and it shows very clearly they're not messing around. This isn't just like a normal Christmas movie.
Because John Leguizamo planned everything.
Yeah, like these guys are coming in and they're murking everyone, but then the one guy finds Santa, and he's the only person that isn't murked on sight.
It tells them to like back up and get into with the
Like come downstairs
yeah.
and shit. So that was the only part that kind of broke it for me. It was like we just got shown that they were just like splatting everyone that they saw who wasn't a family member as soon as they saw him. Why is he the only exception if not for plot?
because he's an unexpected ingredient in this stew.
Yeah, because they knew who they needed to capture, so when they found the Santa, they wasn't sure if they needed to shoot him or not.
I guess that could be a reason, but
That's how I understood it. Because
I was also very disappointed by the safe design. After watching Army of Thieves, I expected more. I expected a better safe design.
You're not gonna get the Gotterdammerung again.
yeah.
No, fucking. And
So, you know what? That's actually like the beginning part of that scene is like.
oh yeah, that's true.
It has like a really funny joke that I like. That I don't think a lot of people laughed. Where he's saying like this is what safe cracking is nowadays. I remember when
and
it
it's
used
just
to be
one
more
of the
physical.
girls with like a computer plugged
Yeah,
in.
she's just hacking into the safe. And he's like, you know, it used to be more romantic.
With explosive
you just had to
dynamite and all
blow
that.
stuff, put drills,
drills,
and
yeah.
stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
Someone
you
was
said have
romantic
a
about
drill
it.
bit and
Yeah.
then or blow it up.
I did like that part a lot because I was just like, oh, we didn't get a cool finger warm up scene before they start like cracking a safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think all the acting was, I would say, decent. I don't think there was anyone that was atrocious. I mean,
I don't know that actor,
Your
the superstar actor. You don't talk about
John
right?
Leguizamo.
No, the other
No,
no, the guy.
the actual like
Oh,
actor.
I got
he
it.
was
Okay.
kind of rough.
I think I. Oh my god, that is the
The
worst.
actor character.
Yeah, that's the. I was like, because you were just like, that one actor, and I'm like, you realize we watched a movie, right?
Actors.
I mean, yeah, but I think that was
No, he did a good. No, he did an actual good job.
I fucking
the
love
dude, but like, yeah.
I fucking love the bit of like his gift to the grandma
Oh
was
God.
a pitch deck with like, oh, here are the financials, and like, what's a better gift than gifting a golden opportunity? And it's like, oh fuck, he's a hustler. He's on that Sigma male grind set, baby. But no, none of the actors I think took me out of it. I think
there's a
Trudy was not my favorite.
I mean, like there's a certain point when a kid turns annoying to me, like in a lot of like movies, but I just kind of like am fine with Trudy. Like I like Trudy, how she was just like supremely all Christmas, supreme like just
She is Christmas concentrated.
like just all of Christmas spirit in her little heart.
I honestly, I like.
It's so endearing.
And
And
yeah,
like and
at
even
the beginning, though, I was a little annoyed with her. She did grow on me later on,
Mhm.
but
And isn't that what Christmas is all about?
It's to soften
I
my
guess.
cold heart. Something that I enjoyed was that like it goes into the plot of this movie really quickly.
oh, it does not waste time.
Like Christmas party starts and then robbery, and then like you're in like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, it's very fast.
It's not like some of the
Like Santa is in house already.
It's not like some of the other movies we've watched recently where we look at the clock and we go, "It's been an hour and a half, and we're just starting the plot."
Don't remind me of that, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
That killed me.
No, I appreciate this movie's hustle and like quick to like
Yeah, it was
we're gonna establish everyone and we're starting the shit.
Yeah, and it's all kind of just like a lot of jokes, a lot of action, and there is even like breathing room in the middle where literally like he's just patching himself up and he's having a conversation with Trudy.
Yeah, fucking.
You know what? To in this Home Alone Die Hard stew, I want to add God, this is gonna sound terrible. The lake house. I don't know.
Whoa!
Think of,
Whoa!
hey, that's just the only example I can think of right now. But can you please just please choose a better example for two long distance people talking to each other? Oh shit! Die Hard again. Fuck! Damn it!
Literally, it's a walkie-talkie with the two of them talking to each other.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, man.
Oh God, sorry. Just give me another example of two people. Damn it!
Still Die Hard.
The lake house. They're communicating through time-traveling mailbox and letters, and that's the closest thing you could think of. Fuck.
I don't know. There aren't a lot of movies about long distance relationships. Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird.
But no, I'm trying to compose thoughts. I liked how they kind of set up certain action pieces. I felt like the logic was flawed. It was very cartoony, but you could follow it.
Yeah.
Nothing felt like it happened out of nowhere. And like I said, the only time I got to that point was the fight scene in the barn. Everything else was fine, and like there were certain bits that aren't even really bits, but they made me fucking laugh.
You know what?
Like the scene where there are four guys carrying this giant like hard case, and then they drop it, and you're like, oh shit, are they gonna pull out this big weapon? And then they just stand it up so one guy can rest a laptop on top of it.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Okay.
I fucking saw that scene and I'm just like, what? They brought that just for the laptop guy? What the shit?
But like, I can do like that is a seam. That is a seam. Just to bring up the barn scene again, it's a way for him to get rid of a lot of the cast. Because like a second villain shows up.
You know what I like to call these segments in movies? I've never said this before, but it's something that I call it quite often in private. It's the cinematic blender scene.
They need to get rid of some of the. There's too much shit going on in this movie. They need to get rid of a bunch of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they've introduced a lot and they went, huh. You know, if we keep all these people around, the rest of the movie ain't gonna work as well. We need to just blend them up together and make that just not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they all get thrown in the garbage disposal that is Saint Nick.
Quite
And-
literally the lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But David Harbour does a good job.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very fit.
Even Hellboy, like, he did fine as Hellboy. I think it's just that Ron Perlman is too good and Guillermo is too good.
I can agree with
That-
you there.
that's
on
what
that
The
it's-
one.
other two movies need to not exist for.
This one to
that's-
shine. Yeah, that one to
That's
shine.
what sucks is that I feel like David Harbour's Hellboy would be fine if it had like a better writing. If it was written better, and also Guillermo del Toro never made movies. Because like Guillermo del Toro has forever tainted Hellboy as no one else can adapt it live action anymore.
Yeah.
Because there are Hellboy animated movies that are fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
But guess what? Ron Perlman still voices Hellboy
Yeah.
in those most of the time.
Yeah.
He is kind of like the Hellboy.
Dude, he's just Hellboy.
Yeah.
And it's so
Just like who's Spawn?
oh my god. I know his name.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, actually, Spawn is technically two people. Because there's the live action one. However, oh my god, why can't I remember his name?
John Davis? David.
David something.
Keith David!
Keith David, there we
Yeah.
go. Keith David voices Spawn in literally everything else.
What
Is it kind of like the Joker situation where?
Yeah,
Well,
like there's
actually,
the definitive live action Joker,
Yeah.
but then every animated Joker that's not Mark Hamill is like a cheap knockoff.
Yeah.
there are some Jokers I can get behind. In the animated world.
Yeah.
But like, Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, are still the de facto like.
What about
OTP.
Joaquin Phoenix?
He did a good job.
Non-dog Jared Leto?
Kevin, you're gonna get the fuck out of my car.
What are you talking about? It's a studio.
Yep, the studio that's about to go 60 down the freeway. No, I think overall, is there anything else you guys want to bring up about the movie before we get into like final recommendations and stuff? I felt like I don't want to spoil it because we're getting this.
We said some cool shit. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if like we've spoiled a little bit, but like I hope that entices you to watch more.
Because if I'm being honest, we're really not spoiling most of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to spoil it, especially since we're having this come out technically before its release.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few cases.
One of the few times we make it happen, baby.
Yeah.
Because we've got other episodes that are coming out. Ooh, a solid 5 weeks after it came out on Netflix.
Damn.
And we recorded those before this one. But I would say overall, it's hard for me to recommend for you to like schedule time to see it. But I do think you're not going to waste your time. Okay, no. I've got this.
Say one
I've
thing.
got this.
I do want to say. Okay,
Go
do
ahead.
your thing
No,
first.
you do.
Okay, so at the beginning of this movie, my mind was like, who is this for?
Dude, we were talking about the same thing. Hold
I know,
on.
that's why I was talking
And then
about
you
it.
both
Yeah.
stood up and turned around
No.
and looked
No,
those
hold-
guys straight in the eye
Hold on. Okay,
and
Mike.
said, "You."
Mike, on the count of 3, there is a single person we're both thinking of that this movie was made for, and I want us to say it at the
Oh
same
no,
time.
I don't know if we're on the same page. So
We'll just try it. 3, 2, 1. Your dad.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna say?
I was gonna say like boomers or like.
I mean, this is a movie built for every dad.
Yeah, it's a dad movie. For
Take
sure.
your dad to this movie. They're gonna love it. I don't care who they are. They could be an astrophysicist for all I fucking care. They will like this movie.
Yeah. Because I was sitting there, I was like, "Is this a family movie?" I don't think it's a family movie per se.
No, this is a movie for dad.
Yeah, this is like this is definitely like a dad
I
movie.
literally pictured like, fuck, I have to take my dad to see this movie. It's required. I can't avoid it.
Yeah.
But no, this is a movie for your dad. I would say you don't.
And because Ritter's turning into his dad, it's also for Ritter.
You motherfucker! I have a knife.
So does your dad.
No, I would definitely recommend seeing it, but if you're having to cancel things to see it, then you don't need to go through that much effort.
Yeah.
What about you, What about you, Kev?
I would say this is like it's a very good movie and it's so fun to watch. I would suggest like yes, you see it with but a little bit more urgency than Ritter. I think like the best scenario to watch is like as early as you can to get the most amount of crowd in your theater. It definitely helps, but it also is kind of like one of those movies that which this will be inevitably on Amazon Prime maybe. To watch with like the boys.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this is one of those movies for sure. I was thinking like this would be a fun drinking game.
Oh yeah, 100%. But
Like just drinking with Santa.
But what about you, Mike? Would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I'm gonna go see it again already. Like, I already told someone I was gonna go see it with them. So,
Yeah, because you texted us like, "Hey, can I bring them?" And Kevin's like, "No."
We're watching this on business.
yeah, I didn't know
This
it
was on the business account.
I didn't
Mike.
realize it was a business account. Yeah,
It's a business expense. But
Hey, that's why I double checked. I always double check and make sure first.
But you know what? I expected garbage, and I was pleasantly surprised when I got a halfway decent movie that it's not going to win any awards. It doesn't deserve any awards.
Do you
but
think
it's
this-
fun to watch.
Do you think this could be someone's favorite like Christmas movie? Like it has that kind of like cult factor to it, that kind of like niche.
I think
je
time
ne
would
sais
have to
quoi.
tell. Time would have to tell on that one.
Here's my thing. I don't feel like this movie is going to have the legs to be like a Christmas like staple for people. I legitimately think that after a couple of years it's going to be forgotten.
Because my thing is, it's that we already have a Die Hard and we already have a Home Alone.
I think
And that's my thought process. Is
I'm
why I
thinking,
wouldn't.
I'm thinking like much tighter, like much more pinpoint. I think someone in the future will be like, "Hey, do you guys remember Violent Night? That movie where Santa like killed a bunch of people and was super badass, like John Wick."
I mean, that's why I'm saying it's like time will tell on that one. Because
I feel like there will be a handful of people that will like love it like a cult classic.
Well, if they do, then they got the exact movie they wanted.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, any parting words? I feel like at this point I've said what I want to say.
It's kind of like when you find out when you want to get. No, that's not a good joke anymore.
Mike,
Never mind,
what
it's
the
lost.
fuck are you?
No, it's not worth it. Not worth it. That one dies with me. Anyways, yeah. Otherwise, yeah. This is a movie you'd want to see with people for sure.
Yeah,
Like, I think the bigger the group, the better.
100%. And the older the group, the better.
I don't know. Someone in their 20s.
Yeah, I think they'll be
college
fine.
kids
Yeah,
it's
but-
like it.
With that, you can find us at Twitter at Bun Cinema. You can find us at Patreon at patreon.com/cinemabuns. You can find us at YouTube at Cinema Buns Podcast. I'm Ritter.
I'm happy.
I'm naughty. What?
Where did Happy come
You
from?
can catch Violent Night December 3rd at your
You don't
local
like
theater.
Happy
December 2nd.
holidays.
December. No, that's
Because we can't say
shit,
Christmas.
December 2nd's on Friday. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember people complaining about like Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas? That was, you'll see it.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Just suck ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch with us. We're Cinema Bar.